Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Brother Abdullah, what's your viewpoint of Islam before and after your reversion? Can you please explain that to us?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Well, before my reversion to Islam, like most people, I kind of had a limited knowledge of exactly what Islam was. I was aware, however, before that Muslims, I knew that they worshipped for the most part the same God as the Jews and the Christians, but I knew that some of their beliefs were a little bit different. But like a lot of people, I had these different concepts regarding Islam, the way that it's presented in the media and things like this. And so, with Christian beliefs, obviously, I believe that God had a son and these things like this. So, Islam was not something that I was going to personally consider, for myself. But once I began to learn more about Islam, the different concepts regarding God and things like this, I began to realize that I actually had much more of an agreement with Islamic beliefs than I did with a lot of the beliefs that were being taught in Christianity. And so as I began to do more research regarding different topics, like the topics dealing with treatment with women, the idea of, or the issues as many people are always concerned of regarding terrorism and things like this. And as I began to learn more about Islam, of course, my viewpoints regarding it really changed a lot, obviously. And this is something, of course, that a religion that I began to accept for myself, since I agreed with so much of it from what I was learning about it.
Abdullah, I think your name was Oscar before you became Muslim. Now you're Abdullah. Um, Another question: what was your previous belief before you accept Islam?
Well, my previous belief before I became Muslim was Christianity. For the most part, I was raised with the belief, or the most of the Christian beliefs. Although my family wasn't very religious family, we weren't a family that went to church on a regular basis or really studied the Bible or anything. However, at the age of 15, I became more interested in learning about the Bible, and so I began to study with Jehovah's Witnesses. And as a result of that, 9 months after I began studying with them, I was baptized as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I, for the most part, served in the organization for approximately 11 years. And I was a regular pioneer for 8 of those years, as well as a ministerial servant for 8 or 9 of those years as well. And I even regularly gave lectures throughout the San Diego County area, both in English and in Spanish. And those were the viewpoints that I held. I really believe that the Watchtower organization, as a witness, I believe that it was the organization that God was using as his channel of communication to true Christians on the earth. And so I accepted everything, all the different doctrines that came through the Watchtower organization, and I believe them to be true. And with that belief, of course, I strove the best that I could, with my energies, with everything that I could to serve it, because I honestly believe that it was the truth. However, of course, later on that did change, and I began to question a lot of those different beliefs that I had believed for many years with the Watchtower organization.